Some days at the bank feel like they all blend together. Routine, predictable. Most people come in, make their deposits or withdrawals, maybe ask a question or two, and go about their day. I've worked as a teller for over 7 years, and by now I can almost guess what someone's here for just by the look on their face. But that day, it felt like time stopped for a moment. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon. I remember because I had just gotten back from lunch and was sipping on lukewarm coffee that I didn't really want. The lobby was nearly empty, just a few folks filling out forms or standing in line. I was scrolling through some receipts when I looked up and saw her. She walked in casually. A young black woman, maybe late 20s, early 30s. Nothing about her screamed millionaire or tech founder. She wore a navy hoodie, leggings, and clean sneakers. Hair pulled back in a puff, no briefcase, no flashy purse, no heels or jewelry, just her. She looked like someone on her lunch break or maybe running errands. She walked up to my window, gave me a polite smile, and handed me a check. "I'd like to deposit this into my account, please," she said, calm and clear. I reached for it without thinking. I get checks all the time. But the moment my eyes landed on the number, I froze. 3,200,000. I blinked. Looked again. My heart skipped. I double-checked the zeros. I've seen a lot in my years here, but that was a first. My mind started racing. Is this real? Is it a scam? Is it a mistake? I glanced at her, then back at the check. I didn't mean to, but something in me was searching for a sign that this didn't add up. That's what we're trained to do, right? Spot the red flags. Protect the bank. But in that moment, I was also battling something else. My own unconscious judgment. This woman didn't look like someone depositing a multi-million-dollar check. And the fact that I even thought that, it's something I'm still ashamed of. I tried to keep my voice steady. May I ask what this check is for?" I asked carefully. She paused, then looked me straight in the eye. "I just sold my company," she said calmly. "It was a tech startup I started a few years ago." That answer took me by surprise, not because it was strange, but because she said it so plainly, like she was telling me she'd just come from the grocery store. Still, my training kicked in. Any check over a certain amount had to go through extra steps. I told her I'd need to verify a few things and get a manager involved. She nodded and said, "Sure, take your time." But I saw the shift in her eyes. That flicker of disappointment. She wasn't surprised. She was used to it. I stepped away and brought the check and her ID to my manager. He looked at the check, then at me. He didn't say anything, just picked up the phone, called the issuing bank, checked some internal databases. It took longer than I wanted it to. The lobby was quiet, but in my mind it felt loud, like my thoughts were echoing off the walls. What if I'm wrong? What if she's telling the truth and I just made her feel like a criminal for being successful? I looked over at her. She was still standing there, arms crossed lightly, staring out the window. Still, calm. But I could see the weight in her posture. She wasn't just waiting for a check to clear. She was waiting for yet another judgment to pass. After about 10 minutes, everything came back clean. Legitimate. The check was real. The funds were good. She really had sold her company. My manager handed everything back to me, nodded, and walked off. I took a deep breath and went back to my station. "All set," I told her, doing my best to sound warm again. She smiled, but there was sadness behind it. "Thanks," she said. Then after a pause, she added, "You know, this isn't the first time someone doubted me." That hit me like a punch to the gut. She didn't say it with anger, just truth, heavy, quiet truth. And then, without another word, she turned and walked out. I stood there, frozen, the weight of everything hitting me at once. I had judged her, not outright, not rudely, but enough to make her feel it. Enough to make her say those words. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the moment. Her face, her voice, her story. I did some digging, not out of nosiness, but because I needed to know more about this woman I had so quickly doubted. And what I found stunned me. Her name was attached to a tech app that helped small business owners track inventory and automate orders. She built it herself, learned how to code at night while working 2 jobs during the day. She got turned down by investors over and over again, until one finally took a chance. The app blew up. Big companies started using it, and then a major tech corporation bought it out for over $3 million. She was a success story, a real one. A quiet, hardworking, brilliant woman who had beat the odds, and she walked into my bank, into my line, and I looked at her like a question mark. That moment changed something in me. Now, when I see someone walk in, no matter their clothes, their hair, their skin, their shoes, I remind myself, you don't know their journey. You don't know what they've built, what they've fought through, what they've survived. I hope she's out there right now, doing amazing things, building something new maybe, or maybe taking a break, finally resting after years of pushing herself. I hope she's surrounded by people who see her clearly, who don't question her worth or doubt her brilliance, but celebrate it. I hope she's living a life she earned with her own hands and her own mind. Not handed anything, not given shortcuts, but still, she rose. I hope she wakes up each day proud of what she built, of how far she came, of the fire she never let go out, even when the world tried to dim it. And more than anything, I hope she knows what she did that day. What she taught me? She didn't lecture me. She didn't snap. She didn't demand anything. She just stood there, in her hoodie and sneakers, with quiet dignity, with strength, with history in her eyes. She taught me a lesson I'll carry for the rest of my life, about assumptions, about respect, about how we measure worth. She reminded me that success doesn't have a dress code, that it doesn't always walk in wearing a suit or carrying a fancy briefcase. Sometimes, success walks in with natural hair, pulled back and tired eyes that have seen more than they'll ever say. Sometimes, success speaks softly. And sometimes, it just slides a check across the counter and waits to see if you'll treat it with the respect it deserves. She reminded me that real power doesn't have to prove itself, and that sometimes, a millionaire wears sneakers and a hoodie, and the only thing you need to do is believe her. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate you taking the time to check out this video. It means the world to me. If you enjoyed it, here's how you can help support the channel and make sure you never miss out on future content. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Stay updated with my latest uploads so you don't miss a thing. Every subscriber helps this channel grow. Drop a like. If this video helped, entertained, or inspired you, let me know with a thumbs up. It boosts the video's reach and tells YouTube you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What was your favorite part? Any suggestions for future videos? Let's chat in the comments. I read every single one. Share with a friend. Know someone who'd love this? Share it with them. Spreading the word helps more people discover this content. Your support is what keeps this channel going, and I'm so grateful for every like, comment, and share. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. See you in the next video.